when you pompous and you are insanely ignorant, you think you better than what you really are.
Why is it you were able to clean it up for Xi Jinping, but you can't clean it up?
Guys, that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. By the way, you guys weaponized that. I saw that on 25 things. It was the most ridiculous. That was you know what? I will happily revert back to your counterpoint
as
weaponized.
As Xi Jinping?
In this case, weaponized. Can I weaponized.
Can I get the Xi Jinping
It was
streets
ridiculous.
back?
Give me a break.
Hey, I got a question for you. Are you feeling buried under credit card bills, personal loans, or medical debt? Is it like your money is working harder for the lenders than it is for you? But let me tell you something, it don't have to be that way. And that's where PDS Debt comes in. PDS Debt goes beyond just managing your debt. They take the time to understand your unique financial situations and create a personalized plan that actually works for you. No cookie cutter solution, just a clear path to financial freedom. And the best part is there's no minimum credit score required. Whether your credit is bad or fair, PDS Debt is here to help you save money, to pay off your debt faster, and to start building your savings. I wish PDS Debt was around when I was struggling with debt. If you're feeling stuck, don't wait. Every single day that you wait is costing you money. Take control today by visiting pdsdebt.com/Tatum to complete your free debt assessment, and it only takes about 30 seconds. That's pdsdebt.com/Tatum, your first step towards financial freedom. All right, let's get to the news. Gavin Newsom had his new podcast. That fool got a podcast. And he decided, I'm going to reach across the aisle. When you pompous and you are insanely ignorant, you think you better than what you really are. So he wants to challenge people on the right and have an open discussion. And the first person he picked was Charlie Kirk. What was he thinking? He should have picked some newcomer, some newbie. He picked Charlie, the Oracle Kirk, that literally Charlie know every fact that ever existed on planet Earth. He can regurgitate it in his sleep. So Gavin Newsom, in this interview, in my opinion, was absolutely epic. I got some clips for you guys to watch. Roll the film.
Last night, trying to put my son to bed, he's like, no, Dad, what time? What time's Charlie gonna be here? What time? And I'm like, dude, you're in school tomorrow. He's 13. He's like, no. This morning, wakes up at 6 something. He's like, I'm coming. I'm like, he literally would not leave the house.
Did you let him take off school?
No, he did. Of course not. He's not here for a good reason. But the point is
you canceled school for like 2 years. One day.
The point is the point, which is you are making a damn dent.
Thank you. I'm kidding.
When you go to these college campuses, I love watching your TikTok, which is next level. And clearly, that's expressed by my 13-year-old son.
I want to meet this guy.
Yeah, I actually.
He's coming to a Turning Point event this summer, Tampa, Florida, Student Action Summit.
I actually, by the way, if
you should be concerned.
But so let me say, here is why I'm concerned, because you have expressed that I should be concerned as a Democrat, that we're getting clobbered.
Okay. Yes.
That you've figured something out.
It's not me. The president first deserves the credit.
But why? No, hold on. You were at this before Trump was Trump.
I know, but
he was a Democrat back in 2011 and 12.
The president deserves huge credit, and I just have to say that as an obligatory thing, because without him, our movement would be small. And you can appreciate that in politics. You have to appreciate the person who is the catalyst.
For you, that's what you sort of attached an identity with.
It was also
him.
just the catalyst. It was a cultural moment that just opened us up.
I think you talked about it the other day. A lot of folks were talking about that Carville article where he talked about
roll over and play dead.
Roll over. In essence, he said that. I think it was a strategic retreat, right? That we need to come back. Trump's starting to implode. His numbers are getting soft. This was even before the tariff issues, et cetera. And then come back and strike when hot. And I immediately, no BS, thought about you, who's just 24/7 flooding the zone, owning this space, every day getting a convert, every day picking up 1, 2, 10,000 folks.
I mean, is this a glaze session or what? He's just glazing Charlie right now. I mean, are you going to argue something, Gavin Newsom? Well, one thing he can't. Let me say this real quick and we're going to continue. These pompous idiots, in my opinion, they talk a big game. They act like they really tough and that the Republicans are terrorists. And when they're face to face with somebody, now all of a sudden we friends. Now all of a sudden you're flooding the zone, Charlie. Now all of a sudden you're making a big dent. Now all of a sudden my son can't wait to see you. When was this attitude all of this time that Gavin Newsom was literally calling us a threat to democracy? And Charlie Kirk, if we're a threat to democracy, Charlie Kirk is the number one threat.
When you have conversations like this, You see, Governor Newsom was being overly effusive in his praise towards me. So you have to kind of meet the interviewer at his frequency. Remember, I'm a guest on his show. So here's a guy who I believe has done incredible damage to the most beautiful state in the country, that I believe has done like just unspeakable harm to the great people of California. So here he is kind of throwing on the praise. It's a difficult thing because you don't want all of a sudden look as if you're just coming out like super aggro. At the same time, you must challenge. So I tried to get in a couple little one-liners here or there.
Roll the clip.
Continuing the momentum coming out of this damn election. And then I'm thinking about, we're going to stand back and watch you run circles around us for 6 months, the next 2 or 3 years, waiting for the moment to finally strike. Struck me as not necessarily the best advice, and it's not a knock on Carville, who I have deep respect for. What's your thoughts?
That's okay. So I don't have to. He's right about one thing in the last 40 years. It's economy stupid, and boy, he spent down that one line pretty amazingly. Yeah, I hope you guys retreat.
You kind of like the
more
advice.
For us.
You like
I mean,
the advice.
There's no opposition. There's no activist spark. You guys are posting these cringe videos on social media.
What are the videos? What are the ones that
I don't know.
most
This
cringy?
like harmonious thing of like 22 senators all saying the same
Oh, you
thing.
didn't like that, yeah.
I didn't like it. Go ahead. Go do more of that.
What do you do?
Please.
What do you do? Seriously, Charlie Kirk, give us some
Get
advice.
better ideas, Governor. Why is it you were able to clean it up for Xi Jinping, but you
that
can't
was
clean
you
it up?
guys.
No,
That was the
hold
dumbest
on.
thing I've ever heard in my life. By the way, you guys weaponized that. I saw that on 25 things. It was the most ridiculous. That was you know what? I will happily revert back to your
Can I have the streets as clean as Xi
weaponized.
Jinping?
In this case, weaponized.
Can I
weaponized.
Can I get the Xi Jinping
It was
streets
ridiculous.
back?
Give me a break.
No, but Governor, with all due respect, I saw a beautiful picture of San Francisco that looked like Singapore.
By the way,
and then Xi Jinping leaves, and the Walking Dead come back.
By the way, it was APAC. You had dozens and dozens of foreign leaders, and California is not San Francisco. But I am the governor of California, not the mayor of California, not the mayor of San Francisco.
You were the mayor, but I just want to understand
No,
why is it that we were able to clean it up?
20 years ago.
But you have to admit, it's emblematic of something that if enough important people show up, it can get clean. So why not make it clean all the time? So like you right now should come out and be like, you know what? The young man who's about to win the state championship in the long jump in female sports, that shouldn't happen. You as the governor should step out and say no.
No, and I appreciate.
But like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. So that's easy to call out, the unfairness of that. There's also a humility and a grace, that these poor people are more likely to commit suicide, have anxiety and depression. And the way that people talk down to vulnerable communities is an issue I have a hard time with as well. So both things I can hold in my hand. How can we address this issue with the kind of decency that I think, is inherent in you, but not always expressed? Any Democrats you admire out there right now?
Democrats I respect. Bobby Kennedy type? I respect. Tulsi Gabbard.
Why are you laughing? Why are you smiling?
Because they're on our team now. Because you guys kicked out your best people. It's like the people that were into. This is a great point, though, Governor. Is that Bobby Kennedy was a heterodox opinion on a thing that a lot of people were concerned about. Get him out. He's an anti-vaxxer. Yeah. Tulsi Gabbard, who is an anti-war. Get her out. She's a Russian agent. Yeah. Do you guys see how you have an unhealthy purification process where eventually you're left with just a 31% approval rating and a bunch of people that are talking to each other? And meanwhile, we're the ones that have Democrats in our cabinet winning the electoral majority vote, because there needs to be said, if Democrats are serious about being a majority party ever again, look at that ideological diversity. We have people that, they want to go to war with every country that says something bad against us. And then we have people that are far more dovish, like Rand Paul. But that is a better, more, dare I say, diverse picture. You could say diversity is our strength.
Oh, look at you. You said 2020 is when you started to see the Democrats sort of advance this notion of wokeism.
It's when the awakening
really started. What was it?
Charlie whooping this dude right here, man. God dang. Gavin Newsom is the most slick talking salesman on planet Earth, and he's quiet because Charlie is whooping him like a spoiled kid. I mean, he can't say anything about when Chi Ping them came to San Francisco and they cleaned it up. He can't say nothing about the Democrats literally losing their minds and losing all of their good people, and that we have more diversity than they do. They just have a diversity of color. We have a diversity of thought. He has nothing. He has absolutely nothing to say to that. Roll the clip.
What I'm talking about.
No, but so is it? Yes, the Latinx stuff. That, by the way, not one person ever in my office has ever used the word Latinx.
So can we finally put that to bed?
Yeah,
we agree.
But where did that even?
No more Latinx, everybody.
Well, I just didn't even know where it came from. I'm like, what are people talking about? You've got politicians that are banning not assault rifles, but the word Latinx. They're not even serious.
What a scumball, Gavin Newsom. And that's just a quick clip of it. I didn't want to, do their whole interview because you need to go and watch it. Charlie Kirk, I think, posted it on his platform. So go check it out on the Charlie Kirk show. I think he did a review of his meeting with Gavin Newsom on his YouTube channel. So Charlie Kirk show, I think, is on the YouTube channel. We'll put the link there at some point so you can go and watch it.